the Grok version and have it do today's with Chip and Addie?
Oh, no.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. I'd have to change the instructions, I think.
All right. Well, hey, we're here again on a Thursday, last day of the week. We were wrapping up the week on Live with Brent and Mike.
And yeah,
Yell at clouds. I got to
it's
hang
always
out.
a fun day, but it's sad that we don't go on Fridays. But someday I will get back to doing Fridays.
All right. Well,
It's definitely only temporary. So that's why we're here. But I do think this is funny, and I have to go through all the names.
okay. So what we're just to provide everybody with a little bit of context. Grok is helping us with the
Gemini.
What's that? Oh, Gemini came up with named the host today. And Brent, what's your name?
Chip Lerner.
Chip Lerner. So we've got Chip Lerner, and of course, we need to have a co-host. And Grok is going through the process, or excuse me, Gemini is going through the process of identifying a couple of potential co-hosts and their persona. So we've got an opportunity for those who've joined early to vote up or down different names for.
Yeah, and sadly, they're mostly females because I'm guessing
fine.
that they're doing it. But okay, so the first one they came up with was Addie Model, Modell. Second one they came up with was Ellie Mess, a play on LMS, Learning Management System.
Okay. Well, so you got to describe Addie Model.
Okay. So Addie Model,
high level
is the highly structured, pragmatic voice of reason. While Chip is yelling about AI budgets, Addie is calmly reminding the audience that they skipped the needs analysis. She evaluates everything, including Chip's wardrobe choices.
Oh yeah.
Ellie Mess. Ellie is highly technical, frequently down for scheduled maintenance before her morning coffee, and remembers every single mistake Chip has ever made on air because it's tracked and logged in her database. Then we have Kirkpatrick, a play on the Kirkpatrick evaluation model. The data-obsessed numbers guy. He doesn't care about the flashy new authoring tools. He only cares about level 4 business impact. He constantly interrupts Chip to demand the ROI of the news story.
Ding, 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 ding. Hello, Kirk.
I think we have a winner. You are now Kirkpatrick.
There we go.
Or you could be Penny Gaugy, a play on pedagogy and andragogy. The hardcore academic. She aggressively references adult learning theorists from the 1980s during every segment and refuses to acknowledge any trend that hasn't been peer-reviewed.
That's awesome.
I think we all know Penny. Sarah Scorm, a play on SCORM. The L&D veteran who refuses to upgrade her technology. She speaks almost entirely in completion statuses, bookmarking errors, and zipped files.
And she's working on her XAPI certification. So
yes.
Sarah Scorm XAPI.
Oh my gosh. Gemini has a recommendation. He says, my personal producer recommendation is Addie Model. Chip Lerner and Addie Model has a fantastic morning show ring to it. Would you like me to write a quick opening banter segment between Chip and the co-host? You choose to see how their on-camera chemistry plays out?
No, I think you should respond and say, that's cute, but Kirkpatrick is the leader in the clubhouse. So go that way, Gemini.
I just typed in, we like Kirkpatrick.
Oh, come on.
Acknowledging the choice. Answering now.
I had an opportunity to hang out with a bunch of recent graduates last night at an event that we did in Scottsdale.
Yeah, how'd that go?
And it was really cool. makes me optimistic about um the future and just kind of how and I say kids, and I mean these are kids who are like my oldest kids age type thing. So it's like, but so I
Yeah,
mean they're
20 somethings.
half my age, right? So 20, in this instance, 22, 23, 24 kind of
Yeah.
thing. And it was really cool. I mean, the number of questions and the comfort in asking questions in a group environment. Now that most of the kids knew each other, the number of questions and asking those questions in a group environment was really cool. Uh, the thing, there are a couple of things that it reminded me of, and I need these reminders, and I know you remind me of it often. It's
Uh-oh.
yeah, it's that whole thing of I got to be careful. I think everybody knows everything. Like,
Yeah.
like, it just it's and and they don't. And that's why this whole kind of like trust but verify is so important. And just ask the question, hey, what did you hear? Like what um are you aware of this? How are you thinking of that? Um the the so just kind of cool to go through and do that and say, hey, you know what, there are a lot of people out there who are just kind of going through the process of saying, hey, how do I figure this out and not fuck it up? You know, like, and that's a like an early career kind of thing. Like, hey, how do I figure it out and not fuck it up? And the reality is, you're just going to keep fucking it up.
Yeah, I was
So
just gonna say.
the,
I
the
kinda figured that's the tact you would take, and I'm glad you did.
yeah, you're just going to keep fucking it up, but you fuck it up and keep moving forward. Like
Yeah.
go and learn and then grow and then um and I, of course, some of the my pull my string back quotes come out, and it's the you can't reflect on what you're going to do, so you've got to go out and do it and gain experience, and it takes time. You can't speed up time. You can't accelerate time. You can make good choices around where do you spend that time. So how do you 6:47, 6 minutes and 47 before I drop the f bomb? Thank you,
Did
Craig.
you say it out? You haven't dropped the F-bomb.
Yeah, see, it just rolls off the tongue. You don't even notice it anymore.
I don't even hear it anymore.
7:01. Yeah, I did it twice. I might have even hit a third. Yeah, thanks, Craig. You see, that's the delay. Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Dang, it's been so normalized in my brain, I don't even hear it. You drop it.
So
Oh, man.
I think if you so buying the thing I'm going to ask people to do, because I know in a lot of cases you either have kids around this age or know people who have kids
Mhm.
around this age, and um sometimes our tendency is, well, when I was a kid, this is what I would do, or when I was whatever, this is what I would do. There's this
Right.
tendency of that. Don't do that because nobody cares, and there's no context. Ask them more questions about what they want to do. Like be there and listen, and ask the follow up question: what do you want to do next, and kind of how will you think about it, and how will you know, like um so super cool to have that kind of be in that kind of environment and see it. And the the other thing that was super interesting is this whole balance of how do i how do I do those things and do them right and kind of not fuck it up and still have fun at the same time. Like, be able to go out and go snowboarding or get out, go surfing or go out, go travel. Like, how long do I have to push that? Like, do I have to just grind and grind and grind and not do any of that kind of stuff? And it's kind of it's a cool perspective that people have. I mean, my kids saw me just grind and grind and grind and grind. And now I've got this reputation of always being on the golf course. I'm still grinding. I just
Dad.
I just grind earlier in the morning and then get out and do that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you've got kids or you know people who have kids around that age group and they made that move, either they're getting ready to graduate from school or they've graduated in the last bit and they're struggling with the whole, hey, how do I find a job? What happens if the best one, the one that came up was like, hey, what if I said I was going to do all of this stuff, and then once I started doing it, I decided I just don't like it. Like I've invested all of this time in getting a degree in this area. Now I just am not, it's not my
Hey,
thing.
well, welcome to life and 80% of every other human being in the world.
But nobody's telling them that. Nor
I
nobody's sharing
know.
that. Nobody's saying, the response that most people give is, oh, you know what, it'll work out. You'll kind of figure it out. Just keep going. You'll kind of figure it out. Wait, that's not fucking helpful.
That's not helpful.
Yeah. It's like, okay, what's the process for doing it? How do you make decisions? How do you solve problems? Those kind of things. So anyway, the next generation is doing some really exciting things, and they will do some exciting things. Let's find ways and space to help them.
I think another line of advice the next time you talk to them is you just have to embrace being shitty. Embrace the suck, I think,
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah.
You're gonna be shitty at everything you do for the first time. So get used to it, get comfortable being horrible at something, and you will get better.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to do something, you're gonna be crappy at it when you first start doing it. It's okay. And if you head down that road, this is what I told my son when he wanted to build an app. But he's like, I don't want to do it unless I know that it's going to be perfect, and I know it's going to, someone's going to buy it, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be successful. And I said, that's not the point at your age.
Right.
The point is that you do it, and all of the shit you're going to learn doing it and getting it done. And it's going to show people that you've got the tenacity to do it, and you're going to learn a crap ton. You're going to know shit that your peers don't know, they haven't figured out yet because they were scared to do it. Just do it. Just go, 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 go. And he did. And he's super psyched about it. So
it's awesome. The thing that I think helped in this group, in that context, was this story. And it's, the first time you go into a gym and you see people working out, you're likely going to do one of the moves that you see somebody else doing. And there are a lot of fucking idiots in the gym. So sometimes you're going to look at somebody doing something and you're going to copy it. And then you're going to feel like absolute crap afterwards because of whatever. So, you can't expect to go right in and just start doing it. And it's just like all of a sudden you're natural at this kind of stuff.
yeah.
You've got to test it. And that's that whole piece around that. You can't reflect on what you're going to do. You got to go out and do it. Then you can reflect on it. Then you can start to iterate and adjust. And it's going to be really hard to make the decision between, do I want to quit because this is hard, or do I want to quit because this isn't the right thing for me?
Yeah.
And it's super, super hard to do that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
They need a coach, it sounds like.
Well, so we talked a little bit about that. I said, because we were talking about like leadership and mentoring and coaching. And I said, in a mentor-mentee relationship, because some of the imposter syndrome stuff came up. And I said, look, when I'm in a mentor-mentee relationship, I'm learning all the time. I'm learning language so that I can relate to you, like the stories, and see what's kind of changed or what hasn't changed. I mean, the gym has not changed. People still go in. I mean, kettlebells are a bigger thing today than they were when I was growing up. But I mean, really, you want to move weight, you put weight on a bar and you pull it up off the ground, or you take it off the rack and you sit down and stand right back up, or you push it off your chest, or you like those are those things haven't changed. Now there's been some things that more people are using bands today than might have used in the past. And there's some pretty cool things you can do around progressive resistance and all of that other kind of stuff. So there's some things have changed, but I said for all intents and purposes, that some people say for all intensive purposes, but anyway, for all intents and purposes, the stuff, that stuff hasn't changed. So find those things and test around it. But so you start to get an understanding of, ooh, I didn't really even think that you're thinking about these kind of things, like the whole, like I never thought of work life balance when I was in my 20s. I
Yeah.
just fucking worked. Like that
It
was
wasn't it wasn't a thing. Yeah.
there, and
Let's see. I want to go do things that cost money. I need money. How do I get money? I go get a job. I go to the work at the Blockbuster. I make the money. I get to go spend the money. That's about as easy as it gets, people.
it's that simple. It's that simple when you break it down that way. And then the other challenge though is back then, back in the day, you'd go and you'd work at the Blockbuster and you'd be around other people working at the Blockbuster and you're hanging
Yeah.
out. Well, now sometimes in a lot of instances, some of these kids are moving into remote roles. So they're not hanging out with people at the Blockbuster. They're trying to figure out, how do I network in a virtual environment? And that was another question that came up, which was really cool. It's like, hey, how do you start to build a relationship with someone in a virtual environment? Met Craig in person. I've not met Wendy in person. When Wendy and I meet in person, it will feel like we've known each other for a while because we've been doing this kind of a thing and we've been
Yeah.
interacting with each other, right? Like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
the virtual will go crosses into the in real life. You have to go out there and kind of put yourself out there and learn and you skin your knees and all that other kind of stuff.
And is Dr. Wendy K the same Wendy, or do we have two Wendy's?
Yeah, that's Wendy.
That's okay. That's what I thought, but I'm like, I didn't know you were a doctor or you had your PhD or doctorate or
See, look at how there we go. She's either LOL, yes, yes, it is the same one, or that we will feel like we've known each other for a bit. We'll use both will work there.
both will work. Sorry, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Doctor,
didn't realize I blew the lag test there.
doctor,
Doctor.
doctor.
Over, under,
Do you,
over.
do you concur? All right. Thanks. There we are. We're warmed up. And for those of you who are keeping track, typically the first anywhere between 12 and 22 minutes is a warm-up session where we do this kind of stuff and we kind of talk through what we've got going on. We went
Indeed.
through some stuff that we did yesterday, and then also the potential news hosts. And going forward, you can call me Kirkpatrick.
I'll be Chip Lerner. So Wendy, did you just get that? Is this something we need to celebrate that we did not know about? Is this like a recent thing? You just finished your doctorate? I just want to give you kudos because that's super awesome and impressive as hell. So
give kudos because there's a little bit of a delay. Give kudos because yes. So
hallelujah. Yeah. Good job. Nice work. All that good stuff. And you'll have to tell us what your what are they closing thesis was, or whatever the topic is that you honed in on, became the ultimate expert. That's apparently what you do when you get a doctorate. I don't know.
I'm sure it was what happens when two morons turn on a microphone and go live on Monday through Thursday.
Instructional design and tech. Great. Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. I think that's awesome. Congrats, Wendy.
Nice work. What are you doing? You're just playing the music in the background? You're trying to get the video on or what?
No, I'm playing the news. This is our news music in the background.
Chip decided he's going to go to the rave.
Good morning, L&D legends, change agents, and professional nerds who still believe adults can learn without crying. Welcome to the L&D Morning Brief, your daily show of espresso-fueled industry truth. I'm your host, Chip Lerner, and that's Kirkpatrick. I don't know if I can get used to that, but It'll be funny. Welcome to the L&D Morning Brief, your daily shot of espresso. I already read that. And today is February 26th, 2026. Buckle up. We're diving into brains that refuse to age, AI that cheats on finals, and why your next authoring tool might just write the course for you. Let's roll. Oh, now I should play the music probably. Dang. Okay. Top story, super agents, those 80 plus wizards who remember your name, their grocery list from 1972, and beat you at trivia, and growing twice as many new neurons in the hippocampus as regular seniors, and 2.5 times more than folks with Alzheimer's. New research out this week shows their brains stay plastic, pumping out fresh neurons like a factory on overtime. Why this matters to you, L&D pros, excuse me, because it proves lifelong learning isn't just feel-good corporate fluff. It's literally rewiring brains for the win. If grandma can keep neurogenesis cranking with curiosity and challenge, imagine what targeted micro-learning could do for you, 45-year-old, for your 45-year-old sales team terrified of AI. Keep them learning, keep them sharp. And watch the super agers lap everyone. Hilarious side note. If this isn't L&D related, just picture your compliance training turning everyone into a super ager who remembers every regulation forever. Boom, 0 audit fails. I don't think that was...
Are you supposed to read the hilarious side note?
No, probably not. But then normally they put the things I'm not supposed to read.
Like, hey, don't read this.
But this one they didn't. They don't put that one in brackets.
Wait, this one's going to be funny.
Yes, hold on, people. Here comes the joke. And it wasn't really. I'm not. I didn't find it to be hilarious. But nice job, Grok. Way to go. So yeah, I don't know. Are we really worried about it? Are all of you neuroscience people? Have you noticed the 80-year-olds on your team that they're performing better and can remember things better than the youngsters on your team? No, because you don't hire anybody over 40 years old. So there's that.
I want to point out that for the first time in this show's history, we've used the word andragogical twice in an episode before the 22-minute mark.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Wendy. That's awesome. We had the pedagogical and the andragogical.
Oh, that's the name of her thesis that she defended. Isn't that what they call it? No, dissertation. Is that it? Is that the word I'm looking for? It's been a long time since I've known someone who's gone through the PhD. So my 80-year-old brain isn't quite as plastic. Oh, here's something I was going to say. So did Grok mean to say elastic or plastic? Wendy, being a doctor, now, wouldn't it be, if you're able to learn and remember stuff, I thought that the most important thing that they just discovered was that our brains didn't get plastic and stiff and hard and not able to learn, that they were like, oh, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And they used the word, like, it was like flexible, elastic, like, stretchable, whatever. It can still grow. But Grok used the word. New research out this week shows their brains stay plastic. Maybe because they typically use the word plasticity.
Potentially.
When in these stories, because I have read a lot of stories about this before, because for the longest time, that's where the phrase, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, came from, because they literally thought your brain, as it gets older, it doesn't build any more neurons. Like once you get to a certain age, you're just dumb. That's all the smarts you're going to get. That's your brain can only hold so much stuff. But then they were like, oh shit, no, you can make new brain cells. Or grow the ones you have, or something like that.
Wendy says yes.
And it's elastic. See,
well,
that's
and I was gonna call you out on that yesterday. So maybe I'm the co-host that remembers everything. So maybe I'm embracing that persona. But the it's
Daddy
it was
model.
no, it was the whole I gotta push certain stuff out so I've got room for the new stuff to come in. It was
I forget. I'm trying to see who that is. Let's see. Chip learner, high energy. Kirkpatrick doesn't look up from his tablet. Deadpan. Chip learner, blinking. Oh no, that's a stupid script. I didn't ask it to write the script, and it did it anyways. Sorry.
the AIs have gone rogue this morning. Like they're ready. I mean, like here's the other thing. What we've done is we've trained the AI to understand that Thursday is really Friday, so they are ready for the weekend. Just know.
And it says, "We got this. You guys go start your weekend. I got this." We're just gonna make shit up. Yes, and I can totally relate to that, Wendy. Okay, story 2.
Hey, I want to before we get into story 2. So Craig, just like if a tree falls in the woods and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? If Brent didn't notice the F-bombs, they don't count.
Oh, yes, true.
All right.
We're on week February. Sorry, I keep forgetting I have to drop in the news stories. Except, Grok doesn't give me the hyperlinks. It just gives me that. So you can Google that. Tech and innovation. And now I'm gonna have to shorten up a piece of that song and make it a stinger. So in between segments, people know we're going to the next segment. I'm gonna put it on my to-do list. Hold my stylus. Agentic AI, the kind that doesn't just chat, it does stuff, now enrolls in Canvas courses, completes assignments, and probably gets better grades than half the class. A new tool called Einstein dropped this week, and it's sparking epic faculty meltdowns. For L&D, this is the wake-up call. If AI agents can finish whole courses autonomously, our role shifts from content creators to, wait for it, experience. Fill in the blank.
Tell me arc of freaking text.
Yeah. From content creators to experience architects who design learning that's too human, too messy, too collaborative for the bots to fake. Time to level up simulations, role plays, and real world application, or risk becoming obsolete faster than a flip phone. The future? We co-pilot with these agents, not compete. Oh, you got something to say. I know you do.
What I should do is go play the ukulele so I soothe my mind before I start.
Yeah. Here we go. Do the ukulele. Grab the ukulele. Let's do that. This is a good spot because I know you got something to say here. So, thoughts from Mike.
So what's gonna be awesome is when people start to say, well, okay, so there was a time way back when where engaging e-learning was click the next button, right? That was how the user engaged in learning.
Yeah.
And what people didn't like is people were just clicking next, getting to the test, screenshotting the answers to the test, and then going back in and retaking the test the second or third or maybe the fourth or the fifth time. But at some point in time, it was all going to work out. And they just kind of figured out how to break the system. Well, then what they did is they started rolling out this whole idea of you have to be paying attention to the learning in the browser for a 30-second period or 60-second period because it will not let you click next that fast because there's no way your human brain could go through the process of consuming the information, retaining the information, and then being able to recall it at the point where you're quizzed on it. So now what we're saying is we're going to go ahead and have the agents go through, do this process, work on it in the background, complete the certification. And I'm just kind of shocked. Like, what are we solving for? Like, what's the real thing that we're trying to solve for? If now we're going to play the game of how can we figure out how to determine whether or not someone gets the check the box rather than go in and see can they actually do the freaking work.
Well,
So,
that's the difference between academia and the real world, right? Like that. Then this is the problem because
oh,
in
there's a
academia,
difference.
oh, shocking. And I know. Whoa. Well, according to some, if you ask some PhDs, Wendy, and I'm really glad you told me because I will tell you that sometimes I make fun of academic PhDs, and so I certainly don't mean this directed at you because I have a ton of friends who are wicked smart who have PhDs, but then I often do have a tendency to sometimes make jokes about PhDs. So my apologies ahead of time. And so I don't know where I was going with that
That was
now,
a
but
crazy disclaimer. That
I,
was like
I,
looking at the end of some kind of pharma ad where you're
I
like,
just feel really bad because I was all ready to go in on the PhDs, and I'm like, oh crap, Wendy's one now.
uh,
No, but sometimes. So here's what I was going to say. It totally came back to me because I have a plastic brain. It meant to be elastic. There was a time in the recent past where the academics in our industry were very convinced that there was no difference. That instructional design is exactly the same. It's what you do, all the things you do is exactly the same. From, if you're going to design a course for academia, it's the exact same way you design a course in corporate stuff. And I just kept pointing out to people, you obviously have never worked in corporate before. And I didn't get a very positive response from my colleagues in academia.
but Brent, I can assure you it is the same thing. Like when I get in front of a classroom and I teach to the students are all there. I've got
And they're
little
all human, right? So they're going to be learning
they're
exactly
all
the same way.
they're all there. Like, their incentive for being in that room is different than the incentive for the other people that have to go into the room. Where the one that I loved was when it was like, okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to connect the LMS to the badge reader. So now we don't have to have sign-in sheets anymore. People can just tap the badge on the door and show that they went in
Right.
and exited and made it. They survived the whole thing. Like that's the beauty of some of that stuff is that they made it. They lived through the scenario. And then some will be like, so you tap the badge on the way in and then you leave to go use the restroom for an hour and a half, come back in, and then make sure you tap the badge on the way out after the thing has been wrapped up. People will always figure out different ways to hack the system.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And we love you too, Wendy. I'm glad you enjoy the banter. For sure. You guys are awesome. This is, yeah, Mike and I were just talking about this yesterday. There are certain signals you see when you start doing something like this, and having a Wendy and a Craig as part of your regular set is a really, really good signal. So we appreciate you guys. Let's move on before we run out of time and have to cram 3 stories into 5 minutes. The human side, human culture, the human side of AI. Prioritize people or watch productivity tank is the text that should be on the screen right now. Forbes drops a truth bomb. Companies nailing AI gains, 10 to 25% EBITDA boosts are the ones redesigning workflows and upskilling people simultaneously. It's not tech versus humans. It's humans plus tech plus ruthless process cleanup. L&D angle, leadership must evolve for the agentic age. Soft skills like emotional intelligence, change navigation, and AI literacy are non-negotiables. If you're still treating training as a perk instead of strategy, your workforce is about to get lapped by teams that treat change fitness as the ultimate KPI. Humans remain the secret sauce. train them like it. Amen and hallelujah.
Yep. The meat bag will still have a role, I guess. Like it's man. Yeah, that's that's awesome. So should I search for Forbes?
Oh, well, I bet if you just go there and type in meat bag, it'll probably come up.
You think so?
No, change fitness. Or how about this? Let's see, truth bomb companies. I don't know. Search for something. All right.
Search for something.
Yeah. Copy link address. You're going to make me do extra work. Jeez. Okay, there you go. Boom. There it is.
You go.
The business case for prioritizing the human side of AI. Haven't we been talking about this since we decided to start doing this crazy morning show thing?
Yeah. Yep.
I believe this has come up at least once a week since we started.
Yeah.
So,
it's kind of tired.
Yeah.
And I mean, and the reason why it's tiring to me is it's rare that I made fun. I just like to make fun of stuff all the time, but I made fun of the whole AI won't take your job. People who use AI will take your job, or someone who uses AI will take your job.
We did make fun of that, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's just like we see it, and we just kind of keeps popping up and popping up and popping up. But where I think they miss a lot of times is the application. It's that next step. It's like, okay, well, what's the thing that I need to do? What's the skill that I need to build? And I know someone is yelling in the background, prompt engineer, like be a better prompter.
No,
And
I think everybody's over that now.
it's there's at least one of us who's not. But there's this whole thing of, okay, well, what skills go in? And I mean, remember way back in the day, did you ever have to do anything with the whole Lominger competencies and that kind of stuff? Come on.
Which one is that? What do you become when you go to the end of a competency?
Well, but so it's a list of all of the competencies. Lominger went through. Somebody keep me honest here. I might be misremembering this, but Lominger had a set of competencies, and when you go through and read the competencies, it would give a little piece of information around what are the requirements to demonstrate that you had that competency. So then you'd align content with the competencies, and then competencies with the skills. So you do all of it.
Yes.
So Brian, remember that whole discussion around the architects?
Yes.
So what the architects are doing is they're building the scaffolding that connects the competencies to the skills. And then this, there we go. So we don't get into that piece, like, and we miss on even helping people understand how do you start to do it. You know, like just the questions around, hey, what does good look like in this context?
Yeah.
Needs to happen. What's the job to be done? Like that kind of stuff. So it's cool that you put this like junk food of AI won't take your job, but someone who uses AI will, and let's get that going, but then not give any kind of like nutrition to follow it back up. So
unless they're just using AI to make funny pictures and memes, then they probably won't be taking your job, but
I forgot to play the ukulele.
But they're hilarious. You got to have the uke near you at all times, because that was a good one. That could have used that right there. Could have used the. We can do it after the fact. That was a deep thought by Mike. Oh, not Mike.
Kirkpatrick. All right.
Industry specific. Hey, today we're talking pharma. Shock. Fresh ICH and ISPE guidance means compliance training just got a glow up. Pharma folks, ICH just dropped final training modules for E2BR3 pharmacovigilance. And ISPE's February lineup includes heavy hitter courses on GAMP, G-A-M-P, data integrity and commissioning qualification. Why care? In regulated industries like pharmaceuticals, one compliance slip can cost millions. Or worse, these updates mean your mandatory training programs need immediate refresh to align with the latest risk-based AI-aware standards. L&D teams, oh, that's a period. I thought it was a comma. L&D teams in pharma, you're not just trainers, you're risk mitigators. Get those modules updated yesterday or explain it to the auditors. You shall comply. Hogan.
What's the fifth one?
Oh, you didn't like the industry pharmaceuticals? You didn't like the compliance training?
As soon as I hear compliance, Charlie Brown's teacher.
Your brain goes from elastic to plastic.
It just goes. Yeah, it's like.
I'm so done listening to you, Brent. Just get on to the end of story 4 and hit 5. Come on. I thought there were a few, missteps there, but I thought I crushed story 4.
You did. Well, you did. I mean, like, I appreciate the period versus comma commentary in there. So it wasn't like I was completely ignoring the whole thing, but like, it's.
Well, if that's the only part you heard and that really like changed a neuron or two, then yeah, I guess the story just needs to move along. Unless Craig or Wendy would like to veto that and say, no, we're totally into pharma compliance and we would love to chat about it.
What is that from? Plastic. I don't remember that. You see Wendy's comment?
Yeah. What is that from?
I don't remember.
Oh, is it a movie quote you're trying to get us to remember and we can't remember it? Oh, that's a fail.
Yeah, I'm good. Drink coffee just because. All right.
I saw gamification further down there in the comments, and it still has not popped up in any of our news stories. So
which one?
Is interesting.
What hasn't?
Gamification.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh, he says.
That's because aren't we still? We're still in the compliance era.
Yeah, sorry.
We've not yet moved into. We've not moved into mobile and micro.
Oh, Wendy says hard pass today, so I'm going to take that as a sign. I need to move on to story 5. Okay, Indian in the
The Graduate.
Oh, I have not watched that.
That is right.
Years.
Yes. Very, 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 very well done, John. That is right.
Oh,
that was the answer. It was either that or Wall Street. No, plastics. So that was The Graduate.
I'm going to have to watch
nice
that.
Work, Wendy. Nice work.
That was awesome. Yes. Yeah. Good pull. Good pull. Okay. For our final story, authoring tools and platforms. Pretty soon I'm going to start eliminating the names until you people start calling us back. But for now, I'll go ahead and drop them in. Big win for authoring. Knowledge, a Moodle certified integration partner, uses generative AI to turn ideas into interactive H5P or SCORM content, published straight to Moodle platforms. Faster creation, easier updates, less manual drudgery. L&D impact. Major vendors: Articulate Storyline / Rise, Adobe Captivate, Docebo, Cornerstone, 360 Learning, etc. Watch out! Tools like this democratize high-quality interactive authoring. If you're still handcrafting every slide, your efficiency just got a side eye from AI. Time to experiment and integrate. Your learners and insanity will thank you.
I think I've got an idea. I would like to see when you prompt AI with something, if it doesn't like the prompt, it comes back with one of those side-eye gifs.
Like everything on the cutting room floor
Yeah, like whatever. Like
gets a side eye.
it just turns around and gives you the side eye. Like, what are you looking for, or something like that. I don't. Anyway, all right. I digress. Um, that's cool to see more vendors dropped in there because so many of them have been around. Um, well, part of it's been focused on the authoring tools, but it's good. We saw just a couple of LMS providers.
Yeah, they made a list in parentheses, so that's a fresh list.
Yeah, so
which is nice. So, any Moodle users out there? Anyone? I haven't touched Moodle in, Lord help me, decades. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's come a long way, but I almost stopped reading when at the very first sentence when it says uses generative AI to turn ideas into interactive H5P and SCORM content. I think that automatically nullifies itself. Maybe I should add some instructions that says anything that mentions SCORM or H5P, you immediately put into the cutting room floor list.
All right, I'm gonna make fun of them. Fuck, this is not nice. But I pulled up the link. That's the image that they've got.
That's the front page of the Moodle website.
Yeah. So here's the Moodle Mentor February. Here's the post.
Come on. Why make fun of them? I mean, everybody uses memes in their newsletters.
Yeah, but that's a Ben Parker thing, not a Spider-Man thing.
Oh.
And I don't know that. I'm trying to think of any. And now this looks like from a Spider-Man animation, but I don't know that I could like. Is Spider-Man saying like, with great power comes great responsibility? Okay. Or like, what are we doing?
Smart ass Ben to Uncle Ben. Okay, Uncle Ben. Whatever you say,
bro. Yeah, and with great power comes great responsibility and some complexity. It's almost like I don't know that anybody at Moodle is a Marvel fan, or
I think you're looking far too deeply into the memification of the Moodle website. The punchline. What the punchline for the Moodle story?
No, the punchline for the. I think Wendy is giving us an indicator. She's nudging us toward wrapping up. She's like, "Hey, wrap it up so we can go on to
more important things." Yes, and thank you, hubby, for chiming in and kicking us in the buttocks. Hey, here, I'll do this. I'll talk over. I wonder if it'll let me talk over it. Let's see how this goes. That's your L&D morning brief for February 26, 2026. Remember, brains grow, AI cheats, but humans design the future. Drop your hot takes in the chat. What's your biggest takeaway today? See you tomorrow. Keep learning, keep laughing, keep leading.
Yeah, it closed well. It wrapped up well. It was the other stuff in the middle. It was kind of like this middle where we were just kind of like, it wasn't on top of its game. Was it Gemini today or was it Grok?
I grokked it today. I'll switch back to Gemini next week. I mean, I did run it in Gemini. If anybody would like to, quickly go through the stories. How late are we? Oh yeah, we're pushing the clock. We still haven't done the cutting room floor.
Yeah. What's the cutting room floor?
Let's see if we've got some good ones.
I like the gaming chat in the background.
Yes, I was noticing that too, and I was having a hard time squeezing. I was trying to see if I could mix it into the conversation, and my plastic brain wasn't elastic enough to figure that out today. Let's see. Rejected stories list. Google's free AI training cert for every U.S. small business. Great outreach, but too broad, small business focused.
Okay.
So for those of you that don't know, we do I've asked the executive producer to give me the top 10 stories that didn't make it into the script for today. And it'll give me the name of the title of the story, and then it'll explain why it was not selected. So that's what this is. Number 2, Workday deepens AI and learning push as revenues rise 13%. Solid, but overlapped with broader AI trends. Number 3, Franklin Covey named top 20 sales training company again. Nice accolade, but not breaking enough.
Drop the link. Who named them that?
Some website called Seeking Alpha.
No, I think it's
There it is. Were your deep thoughts coming?
No.
That's a good one. No? Okay. Passing. It was right there and then it just escaped. Number 4, agentic AI for user-friendly HR services. HR adjacent, but we went bigger on agentic. Bupa launches AI data leadership apprenticeships. It's company specific, solid, but not explosive. And I don't even know what Bupa is. BUPA apparently is a company. Georgia Tech AI VR for online learning research. Academic, forward-looking, but not urgent news. DDI, top 20 leadership training. Again, repeat win, but leadership covered elsewhere. Manufacturing workforce training evolution, older-ish, manufacturing adjacent, but not fresh February spike. ICH, final training module for E2BR3 pharmacovigilance. Niche compliance, but we picked broader pharma. No, you didn't. You picked E2BR3. That's what we talked about. They even used the word pharmacovigilance. By the way, that's not me saying pharma space covigilance. It's like one word. Like that's a word. Like pharmacovigilance. Like, hey. Sorry. Number 10, super agers neurogenesis study, alternate angles from various. Oh, Croc, you're losing me, man. What is like that was in parentheses. Sometimes he puts words together that I don't think are meant to go together. We used the main one. Extras are redundant. Okay, so apparently this was a second story on the exact same story that we actually went to. Ugh. Anyhow, any of those stand out that anybody wants to talk about, discuss, engage with?
Not for me.
I don't know that pharmacovigilance thing is. No,
Could you imagine that a spelling bee?
No, nothing good for today. Well, we're not here tomorrow, Mike, and it's saddening me. However, I get to jump on an airplane and fly to Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, lucky you.
Yes, I'm very excited about it. I'm going to the shower for my youngest daughter's wedding. The wedding party is getting together to have a little pre-wedding event bash. So good times there. What are we doing next? We coming back on Monday?
I say we do it again on Monday.
That's probably a good idea. We would hate to disappoint Dr. Wendy and Sir Craig. So are we going to do, you know what I still want to do is we need to have a conversation about that framework that the government put out. And we haven't.
The maturity model.
Yeah, I think I think that is important. I do think it's important enough to put a conversation around because I think just mentioning something like that once doesn't cover it. And the executive producer's just dropping the ball. I might have to go into the instructions and tell it to purposefully put it in.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the mute button.
Bless you.
Sure. Thank you. Hey, my brain's elastic. All of
there
a
you go.
sudden. But yeah, we need to do that.
Let's do that on Monday. I think that'd be good.
You want to focus the whole day on it?
No, I think we fly through the news and then we just go do a deep dive on it. And then we kind of test that and see what
Oh,
it's
I
like.
like testing flying through the news. I like that.
Fly through the news, do a deep dive. And just and run from there.
Cool. New strategy. I dig it.
Yeah.
Did you like the Chuck Norris Star Wars mashup that I dropped into the chat yesterday?
No, I missed it. I was bouncing around yesterday. I had a couple of local meetings yesterday.
It cracked me up. It's like it's not as intense and as good as I really wanted it to be. Like I really wanted Chuck Norris
to
do some damage. It's in the Craig Seibert.
You got to put it in. So then Wendy doesn't get it. So I'm dropping it into the February.
I know, but I wasn't sure if it was offensive or anything. So I'm still trying to get used to
I'm
that.
not even reading. So here's the deal, Wendy. If it's offensive, I'm sorry, but there you go. And now it's in there.
Hey, I'm very sensitive to these things. So, I want to be respectful.
What are you sensitive to?
I'll drop it in there.
I already did. It's already in there.
Okay. Yeah, but I will say, and I think Craig is right. We haven't said anything about the Slack channel today, so we need to pimp the Slack channel. It's good to have John here. I don't know if he showed up today, but
John's got in there in the comments. He said enjoy.
Oh, he is in there. Hi, John. Well, I did see you there, and thank you. I will enjoy Atlanta, and because it won't be humid this time of year. At least I'm hoping.
Yeah, here's the deal. Wendy's one of us. So thank you, Wendy, for dealing with us, the good, the bad, the ugly.
I'm getting that feeling. So
yeah.
This is
good. We're gonna
what if Craig, we don't worry about you.
Yeah.
Yes, we do worry about offending you too, Craig. But we know
the whole thing that Craig would find offensive
is long enough.
Here's what Craig would find offensive is that the controls in the X-Wing aren't true to Star Wars.
It isn't quite the exact replica of the Lego model recently built by the team. Yes, you just never know. So I hope day 2 is working out for you, John. I hope this was as fun as the first day you joined. It's super good to have you here. Thanks for joining, and we'll try not to offend you too. So there we have it.
All right. On to next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be here 6 o'clock in the morning, Arizona time, 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern, and 5 o'clock for those who are probably true. Come on, Craig. 5 o'clock for those who are in the Pacific time zone. Brent, where can people find you?
People can find me on LinkedIn, and Mike and I are getting pretty excited about doing this show. So now is the time for us to be requesting that you share this with all your friends and invite a good friend that you don't think would be offended.
Well,
or as a really good joke, find your best friend that's offended by everything and invite them. That ought to be a hoot.
Yeah. It'll be just like the Howard Stern stuff. Like, hey, why do you what for the ones who hate him and the ones that like him? The ones that like him, they wanted to hear what he was going to say next, and the ones that hate him, they wanted to hear what he was going to say next. So there you go.
No, we are not trying to be that. Hey, we're just here to help you get through this whole AI transition and the shock and awe of everybody working through the craziness of AI and all of the nuttiness that you're reading online and the things that you see on LinkedIn and is everything that's going on. If you're looking for a little bit of a brain rinse and cleansing your neurological palate, hang out with us in the morning and, prepare on a positive note for the day and hang out with us. Mike, where can people find their catalyst?
Find your catalyst at findmycatalyst.com. We will see you on Monday. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. Adios. Have a great weekend.